Welcome to the Yellowbird Hotline, the podcast where your favorite hot sauce company answers questions that we're totally unqualified to answer. We got the whole gang here today. What up, gang?
What up?
Chillin'.
Gang.
Am I hip enough to say what up, gang, or what up, fam?
I mean, are we a mob? Are we a posse?
It's really about how you feel in your heart. So if you feel it, then say it. You already said it.
Yeah,
let it fly.
Putting it out there. I'm not going to edit it out. Hey, you know what? We had a whole bunch of questions that were kind of piling up in our voicemail box. So we're going to do a bit of a lightning round today. I hope you're ready for it. We're going to fire off some questions because I want to show people that we're not afraid. We're not afraid to play your voicemails. Peter, we're not afraid. Peter from Austin, Texas, talking to you. We're not afraid to play your voicemail.
And we've got range.
We got range.
I'm sure. I hope.
All right. Voicemail number 1. Are you guys ready? First of all,
ready.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Oh, yeah, my gosh, so ready. Here we go.
Hi, Yellowbird. My question to you guys is, how would you say that the COVID-19 crisis has affected your business, and what does this mean for Yellowbird's future? Thanks.
What a businessy question.
Super serious.
That's serious.
Yeah, we have now lost every other listener.
Rename the podcast.
My mom's still listening, but my dad is out.
He's gone. So let's be clear, we take the COVID-19 crisis seriously. But I don't think we have time in our rapid fire setting to discuss how we're taking it. I mean, we're selling sauce, man.
COVID
Wear a mask,
sucks.
wash your hands. COVID sucks. Be safe.
Do your company podcasts from home. You know, that's what we're doing. Yeah, and I guess we're gonna keep, as long as people eat hot sauce, we'll keep making hot sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Very diplomatic, yes.
Super diplomatic. Kelsey, anything to add? How do you feel
No,
about COVID?
I really, thank you for thinking of me. I really think that you guys all nailed it on that one, and we will continue to stay in our sauce lane.
Have we all gotten the nose swab at some point, at this point?
Yeah, the brain tickle.
Painful. Yeah.
I had to do it.
I don't know. I went to a drive-through one, and apparently I did a good job. And I asked the girl if she'd had people that were being really difficult, and she looked at me, her words, and she said, "Yeah, but they've mostly been men."
No.
It said, "Whoa."
Hot takes at the COVID drive-through.
Nurse
Hey,
Emily came in hot.
The COVID tech that I worked with at a CVS in an undisclosed location, he was super chatty and super into the show Supernatural. I was like, yeah, dude, tell me more. I've never watched the show, but it sounds pretty good.
it's pretty good.
I've watched it. It's very episodic. But
Aaron
yeah.
was on an airplane with one of those dudes, right? Weren't you on an airplane with
We
one of
were
the guys?
both on the airplane with him.
Oh yeah.
You were like googly eyeing him. You were just like, oh,
They live here.
nope.
I mean, Jared Padalecki's from San Antonio initially, right?
And they both have, Kelsey, what is the beer garden that they own, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's like in
It's
Dripping
not
Springs.
Supernatural Brewing, so
No,
they missed
it's-
out.
That
I don't
would
think they
be
own the
cool.
rights to the name. Yeah.
I mean, I saw those dudes like at a Safeway in Seattle one time because they film everything in Vancouver, BC. And I was like, man, I saw that guy in Austin, and now I see him in Seattle. I'm pretty sure he's following me.
You tall guys got to stick together, man. Did you guys all do a COVID test where you had to do it yourself?
No.
Yep.
No.
Yeah,
You
my-
didn't
Do
mine
it
was-
yourself.
I
How are you
went to
gonna do it?
I went to a drive-through test that they had set up just in like a parking lot,
Oh,
and they had a
no.
tent, and you had to do it yourself. They like handed you the thing, and they were like, shove this up into your brain.
So
And-
we're telling people that, they don't know to wash their hands in correct form for 20 seconds, but they definitely know how far to just, swab it up. little nervous
well, I mean,
about that.
they coach you through it, right? They're like,
Oh.
keep going,
Oh, no.
keep going. You're
The
like, I don't
lady
want to keep going. No,
the-
keep going.
The lady did not coach me through it. She was like, "Here, roll up your window and do this."
Oh, dude, you
Yikes.
100% have like got the disease.
Oh my gosh.
You're a goner, dude.
No.
Sounds like a
was gonna
lost swab.
All right, let's move on to our second voicemail. I do like that we
I think
turned
we
that
nailed that question.
We nailed it. Yeah, it turned into a conversation about supernatural and shoving swabs up your nose.
Up your nose? That's where it goes? God. My coach was a piece of work.
A real piece of work. Okay, voicemail number 2. We got to rapid fire these. Here we go.
Yeah, I have a question. If I have a cat that is eating my houseplants, what do I do? Likewise, if I have plants eating my cat, what do I do? This is Jordan. Thanks.
Thanks for calling, Jordan. Questions
Jordan,
about cats.
You just put hot sauce on all of them, right? Isn't that how that works?
We tried that. So we got a cat recently. Me and Aaron got a cat recently. Kelsey got 2 cats recently.
Yeah, I don't want to brag, but I do have 2.
I feel like we're super. I feel like this is a question we're finally qualified to answer because our cat was eating our plants.
Except for me, I got no cats. I'm gonna go ahead and put myself on mute.
No, I want to hear from you, Danielle. I want to hear from you.
More like meowt.
Ooh.
It's not good. Move on. Rapid fire.
Yeah, you're right. Kelsey, do you have houseplants? Do you have
No,
plants
I
in
was
your-
going to say my solution is to not have any plants. I like the idea of a plant, but I have killed every plant I've ever had. Like really just like, they've gotten like root rot. They've like fallen over. I forget to water them. I overwater them. So I decided I'm just going to take care of, I think one living thing at a time, I think you have a house cat and maybe like a patio plant, maybe an outdoor plant. Just
So if
separate
you have
them.
2 cats, one of them's got to go. It sounds like.
Well,
If
they're
you're-
siblings, so they can
Just
eat
like
out
the
of
other
same
plants, you're gonna
bowl.
send it to the big compost heap in the sky.
Oh man.
Yikes.
Well, we
I
tried.
see. I don't know anything about these things.
We do have some. We have a cat and we have some houseplants, and the cat was like all up in the houseplants. And we did try, or I tried putting like cayenne pepper in the plant, and that's supposed to work with cats and dogs. It didn't work with our dogs. Didn't work with our cat. I don't know who's spreading this myth that animals don't like chili peppers because they clearly don't care.
I think it depends. Like it worked on one of my dogs when I was growing up. It worked really well, and that was a golden retriever lab mix. It doesn't work with our dogs, but they
No.
also don't eat our pepper plants outside. So, but they do love our fig tree.
That's true.
Maybe
A lot
just
of information.
yeah.
Well, we ended up getting these little plastic thing. It's a little like mat of plastic like spikes.
Nails.
Not nails, but like a little plastic
nails.
barbs, and it's like you cut it out and you put it in the plant. And our cat, he doesn't get in there anymore because he used to get in there and like dig in the dirt, and then there'd be like dirt all over the place because he was just digging in there because he thinks he's a dog.
And what they don't know is I value my plants just as much as I value them. So
She does.
don't kill my plants. Don't kill my
Yeah.
plants.
If
And
you
plants,
don't have,
don't
if
kill
you
my
don't
pets.
get over it, yeah, carnivorous plants. I'm not
Yeah,
here for
if your plants are eating your cat, that's a hostile environment for everybody. So I just think, Venus flytraps are really just good for like cartoons, and just move them outside. Again, just put them outside. Plants
And,
need to be in the sun, from what I know of plants that I've killed. So put them outside.
Yeah. Or call the government. I bet they'd pay you a lot of money for a plant that can eat a cat, right?
Depends on if it can sing.
The plant or the cat?
I
A
mean,
little- The
Seymour
Little Shop
had
of
a-
Horrors joke. There we
Seymour
go.
had
Oh
a
yeah. Gosh, why didn't we go there first?
I was there.
too.
I was waiting for us to get there, but I thought that wouldn't be rapid fire because Daniel would start singing, and
I know all
Trying
the
to keep it
words.
light.
Daniel?
Trying to keep it light.
Where are you gonna start? Where are you starting? You starting with Suddenly Seymour?
I'm not part of this anymore.
Son be a
Go on.
dentist?
I thought he was on mute.
Mushnick and Son, what you got?
Yeah. You're gonna sing Somewhere It's Green? God, don't sing Somewhere It's Green. Ugh. Worst song in the whole musical.
Yet
okay.
again, people have stopped listening. to
People
this
stopped
podcast.
listening. All the people who were like, Somewhere It's Green is the best song on that album.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to voicemail number 3. We're banging them out. That was hang
That's
up.
just original audio
Okay.
from the lunar rover.
Yep, that's what that was.
Calling in.
Mhm.
I don't know how that one got in there. Okay, voicemail number
On
4.
number 4.
Yeah, number 4. Here we come.
Hey guys, this is Peter from Austin, Texas. When I was in middle school here in Texas, in 7th grade, we had sex ed class. And I remember before sex ed class, it was so crazy. Everybody's like, are we going to be watching porno videos? Are they going to be handing out condoms? What's going to happen in there? Is it going to be boys and girls in the same class? It's going to be crazy. And then we got into class, and it was like the boring, like worst class ever. Nothing exciting at all. No pornography, nothing. However, there was a question box in the back of the class, and you could put any question you wanted in the box. So I asked you the question that I put in the box, which is, what is the evolutionary purpose of pubic hair? By the way, after they pulled that question out of the anonymous box, they took the box away the next day and it never returned. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for calling, Peter.
I think we need to lay some ground rules here. And more than anything, we need to make sure all of our conversation here is super clinical. So
Okay.
all genitalia will be referred to by its clinical name, wee-wees and woo-woos. Can we all be adults about this?
Let's try it. Let's try our hardest.
Did anyone else, first of all, did anyone else play the penis game in high school?
Everybody
Are you
played.
still playing? Okay.
Everybody played that
still
game.
High school, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's ongoing.
I think that game started in middle school.
I was too scared to say that word in middle school.
I
Which
feel
one?
like that's
Yeah.
like upping the stakes with COVID, people wearing masks because you already have to yell, you know.
Put
And now's the time. So people
No,
can
it's
hear
a-
you.
Because you
it,
can't-
just put it on your mask.
They
Penis.
they can't see your mouth move now. If you got the mask on, they can't see your mouth move.
Unless you get one of those clear masks. Those are pretty cool, right? For lip reading.
Do you guys
Yeah.
think Peter has struggled with someone answering this his whole life? Or do you think
Yes.
he Googled it later?
Oh, I forgot Peter was here.
Oh yeah.
That's how he felt in that class.
Peter, we will get to your question. It just takes us a minute.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it has something to do with back.
Go ahead. No, I mean, I was always into and this is, I got a lot of interests. I'm erudite, right? I was under the impression that the hair around the wee-wees and woo-woos was largely olfactory in nature. One, it protects, the important bits and pieces, but it also is one of those things where if you've got a potential mate, let's say you're a Neanderthal, you got a potential mate coming up in there to get up in your business, and you go, oh, someone else has been here. You know what? This ain't my spot. This ain't my spot. I'm sorry, Krog. I didn't realize this was a woo-woo that had, Krog's flag planted in it, as it were.
I always think about the house
ahead.
episode where there was a girl that had this like rare disease, and eventually they got to the end of the episode and it was because a tick was all up in her junk, and
Oh, that's just gross.
Ew.
just it was there. That's all.
Yeah.
I think
Alright.
it's there to protect things.
The good
I think-
news is that this conversation, George, may have brought your dad back to the podcast.
Oh, probably.
Ew, Daniel.
Yeah.
Ew,
Well,
Daniel.
yeah. Well, Peter was talking about how I do remember like when we did sex ed, and there was a lot of like I think we were in 5th grade. There was a lot of hubbub around it. Like, is it going to be, what is it going to be? I don't think anybody thought they were going to play porn. Peter.
I find it really progressive of Peter, someone who also grew up in the Texas education system, and I'm not knocking it, that they would even have a question box. I mean,
know,
they were
yeah.
struggling, they were struggling to get us working VHS tapes. They didn't really do a lot of explaining in our class. They just would put on the video, really just to scar us, so they didn't have to be responsible for that. I don't recommend watching a Miracle of Life video. I remember where I was. I remember the day. I remember the outfit. I was wearing a purple cardigan. And yeah, so I'm Peter, I'm not questioning the validity of your story, but I will say I don't know that you appreciated that in hindsight, that they were so open and accepting, even though they did take the box away.
They took it away. Yeah. Maybe they were expecting like
they said, we draw the line at hair. Come on.
Come on.
Well, yeah, what exactly were they expecting? Where do babies come from? What kind of questions? Yeah, I mean, you put a question box in a sex ed class, you're gonna get some questions.
We had when we did our sex ed class in 5th grade, they had like the whole 5th grade class come in. Like our classes were like broken up in periods or whatever, how they did it back then. And so like they had the whole 5th grade
Periods.
class.
That was part of sex ed too.
Oh man.
You there?
Yeah, see that. None of these have been good so far. But they had the whole 5th grade class come in, and I remember they had a thing. They had like at the end they said, "Does anybody have any questions?" Which is a really brave way to do a question by just ask them in front of the entire 5th grade class. And Tommy Skinner raised his hand. I don't know if I have to bleep out his name. And he was like,
apparently not.
Nobody else had a question, but Tommy Skinner was like, what happens if you have to pee? That was his question.
Good question. That's a good question.
It's a fair question. Tommy Skinner, bilingual, and also now a medical professional.
Yeah. Yes. He had to know. He was like, I'm going to take this curiosity all the way up.
That's right. To the top, Jerry.
Yeah. Top.
I feel like he should be our podcast consultant for medical questions.
God, we should have had a podcast consultant. Okay, we're going to have a podcast. We're going to have a consultant next time. I promise.
Tommy Skinner, we're coming for you.
We're coming for you.
Is this like phone a friend? Like an emergency phone a friend line?
Yeah. I don't.
Okay.
I think I still have his number, but I'm not calling him right now. Let's move on to voicemail 5. I think we've adequately answered that with
You're welcome, Peter. Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks, Daniel, for really like diving in there. I'm just going for it. I appreciate you. Here is voicemail. Here's voicemail number 5.
Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings? Yeah.
How does one even choose? Is it?
Yeah.
I can't choose.
Wow.
I'm
Lord
out
of
of
the
this
Rings.
one.
Clearly, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Are we going books or movies or both?
Oh, man.
Because he didn't give us that.
Okay, well, let's say I would vote. I mean, I'm going to vote Lord of the Rings for both.
Okay.
It's hard for me to make a case against either of the movie or the books. Yeah, Lord of the Rings wins.
I just think it's I think I'm very nuanced as someone who can appreciate both. I was very team Lord of the Rings growing up, read all the books. The movies were very important to me. Do I still have some limited edition bookmarks? Maybe all of the movies on the special, double disc extended edition, maybe the soundtracks on CD with an accompanying book. Who's
Show
to
us
say?
your walls. Do you have a map of Middle Earth on your walls?
I refuse to turn the camera. This is my space. But I very recently actually related back to COVID. When it started, I was like, I've never seen all the Harry Potter movies. I've seen like bits and pieces of each one, but now's the time. So my roommate has all of them on DVD. She comes from more of a classical Harry Potter background. Yeah. And so I got to watch all of them and I was like, okay, I could see the case for both. I feel like Harry Potter's like, without being mean, it's like a little more childish, i.e. their kids in it. But Lord of the Rings also very like more, dare I say, epic fighting scenes. So it really depends on what you're in the mood for. What's your flavor? But both have elements of magic.
I will not choose. I love both equally.
You love
They're
Oh,
just
wow.
different worlds. They're different worlds. You know,
You
it
love
depends
Harry-
on which world.
you love Harry Potter the same amount as you love Lord of the Rings.
I do,
Man,
and I'm not afraid to say it.
we're gonna have some offline discussion about this.
Wowie wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be easier to say like, Gandalf versus Dumbledore. Like if you split hairs, I think you can come up with a favorite. But I think franchise versus franchise, a little dicey.
Okay. Well,
Seven,
Okay,
eight
okay,
movies
okay.
versus three.
Who is more? Because both of these guys willing to make huge personal sacrifices, willing to travel with a gang.
Mm-hmm.
Frodo Baggins or
Mhm.
Harry Potter? Who's the better hero?
Ooh.
Nah, nope.
I mean,
Well,
They
they're
both-
both.
they both have a classic hero's journey.
Mhm.
You
They
know,
do.
I think that I mean I like Frodo's better. I'm just a Lord of the Rings fan. I'm biased.
I do love the dragon. I mean, I love the dragon as far as myths go. Dragons.
I mean, there's dragons in both.
Yeah. I mean, how do you choose? I can't.
All right.
So
We'll just leave it there.
We'll just go. Yeah, we'll just go with Lord of the Rings. Hey,
It's
Kelsey,
Lord of the Rings, though. If I had to choose, it's Lord of the Rings. I mean, I was trying to be nice.
Kelsey,
Oh,
real
Come for
real
me.
talk
Come for
though.
me. Come for me, Slytherins. Come for me. I'm not
Did you,
afraid.
Kelsey? Did you ever, or do you? You don't have to say. You don't have to answer currently, but have you ever owned a Legolas poster? Or
Just one, or
like any Legolas posters?
Or cardboard
Uh,
cutouts also count.
well, yes to many parts of that question.
Okay.
I was into. He was a big part of my 7th grade interior decorating.
Yeah.
In general, really fit with the
Ooh.
vibe. Yeah. I just
mean-
want to say Orlando Bloom is now married to Katy Perry, and they have a beautiful daughter, and I'm very happy for them.
Yeah.
But I think he should consider going blonde again. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I think that touches on my question. I think, does everybody agree that the worst part of the Lord of the Rings movies was Orlando Bloom's wig? Can we all?
When you say
Aw.
worst,
I think that the worst part of the Lord of the Rings movie is when they're having that what was the fight scene? But there's like there's a big epic fight scene happening, and the horses are charging, and Legolas has to get somewhere fast, and he swings up on a horse, and they CG'd it, and it totally like he swings up on like the opposite side. It's very like physics defying.
first of all,
He's
No,
an
they're
elf,
not.
I would
bro.
have something to say about that.
I mean, first of all, that is like, there's a little bit in every movie, like the Battle of Helm's Deep, which is from Two Towers, which you're referring to the Warg Riders, which is also from Two Towers when they're on their way to Helm's Deep. Everyone, okay, people are listening now. Anyway, yeah, that was CGI. He did swing onto the horse. He also at the Battle of Helm's Deep uses a shield as like a skateboard. So, they had to do something maybe for the younger viewers who went every year that they turned 11, 12, and 13 at Christmas with their parents to see it, and had to bring it up to speed maybe.
Yeah,
That could be a theory.
Peter Jackson heard that parkour was getting really big with the young ones. He's like, I gotta put in an element of that.
Yeah.
Gotta
So-
keep it light and fresh.
So definitely Lord of the Rings. Let's move on. This is our last question for today. I feel like we've done pretty good with time management. Question number 6, 5.
6.
24601.
Hey, oh, you sang right over it. I'm going to play it again.
So, was Captain America the captain of?
Oh man, what is Captain America the captain of?
That's a great question.
Probably Cheerios.
Nope.
Wow.
Isn't
No.
Cheerios also
So-
the same as America though? Maybe Coca-Cola.
Captain
That's it.
America. I
The
haven't
captain
seen
of baseball.
I haven't seen all of the MCU like movies, but I did read all these comic books when I was a kid. Captain America was Steve Rogers. Basically, his story is he wants to go into the military was World War II. I think he wants to go fight Nazis. And then he's like a real like skinny, frail dude. But in the comic books, I don't think he even makes it into the military. I think in the comic books, he was like, he gets rejected, but he keeps trying and trying. And then they're like, oh, we admire your tenacity. Here we have the super soldier program. And then he goes and they radiate him and stuff. And he becomes a suit. But like in the comic books, he was never officially, it's not like he was a captain in the military.
He wasn't like commissioned or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he just got the title? He didn't have to
gave him that
command
title?
a squadron or a ship or a big
Go
piece
ahead.
of machinery?
A platoon of sorts.
A plateau.
Well, I don't
know.
I think in the movies they put him in the military.
Do you think
It's
he's
probably-
just the captain of himself, like his own abilities?
Well, he does
Like
become.
I'm Captain America.
Well, and I think I have to imagine that it was just easier because like if he wasn't ever commissioned, right, he would just come in as a private, right? I think Captain America just sounds way better than Private
Private
class-
America?
Yeah,
Private
America.
second class America.
Yeah.
General America in general. Colonel America.
I
Yeah,
think
Captain America has the nicest ring to it. So
it does have it. Well, I guess what is Captain Planet the captain of?
Well,
Oh, man.
he can only be made when the forces are combined.
Well, he
Well,
does have a
Captain-
team. Yeah, so he is captain of that team, right?
yeah.
Well,
The Planeteers.
Captain America is basically the captain of the Avengers. Like he
But
kind
are
of
the
like
Avengers all American?
no, they're definitely not.
Valid question.
Because Captain Crunch, another famous pop culture captain, I think he has a ship, but I don't
Well, he's
know
a commissioned naval captain of a
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah, so he has
I
that
bel-
to
I
back
think
him
that's
up.
yeah, that's canon. In the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Captain
but I'm
Crunch.
just saying, we don't know. We're not again. We need an expert,
Captain
but we
Crunch.
never
Captain,
claimed to be an expert.
Captain Crunch. Yeah.
Where's,
Captain
where's Tommy Skinner on this one?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is his field.
not his
What
field.
about
No.
what about Captain Kangaroo? What's he the captain of?
Oh.
Kangaroos?
What about Captain and Tennille?
There you
I don't
go.
think-
His name was just
yeah.
Captain.
Well, I don't think the descriptor, I think the descriptor is about the person and not about what they're the captain of. Like Captain America is not the captain of America. He just represents America. He's a captain who represents America. The same way that Captain Planet is a captain of something who represents the planet. Captain Kangaroo, hold on. Captain Kangaroo is just a captain who represents kangaroos.
But
And then
can
you know you have some kangaroos out there that are like, not my captain.
That's right. They're
That's so
hopping
true.
mad.
Hopping mad. Oh,
Oh,
what I did there?
boy.
that's good.
I do have one free idea though for Marvel writers who I'm sure are, because of the keywords on this episode, very invested. But you know, I'm thinking the final part of the Captain America story, we'll call it Captain Rogers. And as it turns out, Steve Rogers, Mr. Rogers, same person, and continues to save America in a different, more heartfelt way by speaking kindly to its children.
But Mr. Rogers
End
was
scene.
actually Mr. Rogers was actually in the military.
But was he a captain?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it was like
Oh,
a,
lifeline.
yeah.
Captain Rogers. Summer 2024.
Is it weird that I'm more uncomfortable answering this question than the pubic hair question? Is that is that
You
out of
feel
line?
less qualified to answer this question.
I don't know what that says about me. I'm doing a little bit of introspection right now, and I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable.
I just keep having Lieutenant Dan run through my mind. Lieutenant Dan.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
Do more voices.
Yeah.
It is an audio medium.
It is. That's right. We should all do character voices next time.
I was just thinking we should get Gary Sinise on the show.
Let's do it. Gary Sinise will be our expert on the next episode. Speaking of the next episode, that's all the time we have today. Oh, look at the time. Would you look at the time? Thanks everybody for participating in these hot takes today. Don't forget, you can get your questions answered in great detail by calling 855-700-BIRD. That's 855-700-BIRD. Don't forget to hug your dogs and stay spicy out there, y'all. Boom, we did it.